What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are reviewing the LEGO Star Wars Republic Fighter Tank. I am very happy to finally get my hands on this set. I didn't manage to pick it up when it first came out, but I found it on Amazon for only $55, and it's been retired for about a year, and it retailed for about 30 to 40, so 55 is a pretty decent price. So I decided to just pick it up, and I'm so happy to finally get my hands on this set. And let's jump right into it, starting with the minifigures. And the first two minifigures of this set are these two standard B1 battle droids. They are the same in all the other LEGO Star Wars sets, nothing really different about them. They do have these gray metallic guns rather than normal black guns, but that is basically it. A fine addition to my collection, and I've noticed that if you just buy LEGO Star Wars sets in general, eventually you will get a battle droid collection, because even though there haven't been that many battle packs dedicated to droids, they are included in so many different sets. But enough yapping about them, let's move on to the next figure in the set, who is Mace Windu, and this figure is amazing. So first off, we're going to start with the face. He's got this angry little look on his face, and of course, since he's Mace Windu, he's bald. There is no double-sided face printing. The printing on the torso is very good, and he does have arm printing as well with these Clone Wars kind of, not really sure what to call these, kind of like wrist coverings, whatnot. He's got a purple frosted lightsaber with a metallic hilt. It all in all looks really good. The torso printing blends into the leg printing with those little white bandages at the knees. All in all, it just really fits together. I feel like they could have given him some toe printing, but other than that, this is, without a doubt, the best Mace Windu minifigure that we have gotten, and it is just so amazing, and I'm so happy to finally have it. The next two minifigures of this set are the 187th Troopers themselves. These guys are really cool. They've got these sort of bandanas across their chest. They've got their very cool purple coloring. They've got the normal clone trooper face. They have no helmet holes. This is before LEGO started using helmet holes. They've got these lighter purple, but still purple sort of lines on the head. They kind of look like blue from a distance, but I'm pretty sure those are like a lighter purple or even like a violet. And the bandana is on the back as well. The printing for these guys is very plain, just like most clone troopers, but all in all, it really gets the job done, and they look really sick. And finally is the 187th Clone Commander. Technically, he's a 187th Airborne, but in the Black Series, he was named as the 187th Clone Commander, and so that is what LEGO is opting to do here. He has a printed comma, which is really sad to see. However, I do have some extra cloth commas from an old 212th Airborne Trooper, so I can easily mend it with that, which is very nice. His legs, I didn't push them in all the way. That's not good. He comes with a long rifle with this candlestick piece at the end, some more purple printing, and his bandana is much thicker, and it has another strap compared to the other two soldiers. And this is not like the battered and beaten airborne helmets of the 212th. This is a very clean airborne helmet. It's just completely pure white. The 212 have a lot of like dust markings on them and whatnot. This is a very clean airborne helmet, and if you used, I don't know, sort of like rubbing alcohol or something to take off these purple parts, you could literally just make an airborne grunt trooper, which would be really cool. And of course, I've dropped the helmet because I'm a noob. And you can see the face under there, and of course, the bandana extends onto the back. And now I'm going to show you guys a couple of modifications that I've made to this specific figure. And we are going to get into those modifications right now. As you can probably guess, it involves the guns as well as the comma. Whenever I think of the words Clone Commander, I immediately think double pistols, so that is what we are going to give him. We are going to take away his rifle, give him these two double pistols, makes him look very good. I was going to give him a pauldron, but that just doesn't seem right for it. It doesn't really fit with the airborne trooper helmet, so we're just going to leave it at a comma. So I'm just going to get one of these spare 212th Trooper commas and put it on him, and we're going to see how that looks. And here is the finished product, and it actually looks really good. Just a great way to spice up this minifigure and get him into more of the commander type minifigure. But now, let's stop talking about the minifigures and let's move into the build of the set. And we are finally taking a look at the Republic Fighter Tank itself. I do have the previous model of this, and I do have to say the previous model is shorter as well as less long. So this one is a bigger sort of one, but I think I kind of prefer the compact size of the older one, and I'll give a couple reasons for that towards the end of the video. But jumping right in, you can see sort of on the wings, as you would call them. I'm not sure what you call these little side parts on here. We've got a bunch of stickers. The sticker sheet, there was a lot of stickers. There should not be that much stickers on a $40 set. And that's kind of concerning to me. It had like 12 stickers. There was a lot of stickers, and for younger kids, that's really just that's a big problem. Like, I'm chill with stickers. I can apply them pretty easily, but for newer LEGO fans, it can be a pretty big problem. But other than that, I mean, the whole building process was pretty easy. We've got some of these sort of hinge pieces on the side. They did the same thing with the Last Republic fighter tank. A lot of plate pieces, a lot of diagonal pieces, as well as some more tile pieces in the back. And these sort of are the engines, I would say. Some more sloped pieces in the back as well. And it is symmetrical, so the exact same can be seen on the other side as well. Coming into the front, we've got these two giant triangular pieces, as well as this giant piece that is connected by these two sort of hand pieces, and this does pull away to reveal an interior, and you would kind of see the minifigure here. There's no computer panel or anything in there for them to control the ship with. It's just a seat. And then behind that, there is a white tile, and there is some even more space in the back that we will get to in a moment. Moving on to the top, you can see we've got these translucent black pieces that sort of give like the windowsill, like the sort of window feel. We also got some more dark red pieces over there, some more stickers, a lot more white slope pieces, and of course the two antennas. We've also got the two side guns, and the connection for these is not great. It's just a Technic pin pushed into the side here, and I have found fault with it several times. Most notably, it's kind of a pain to put in, and also it's just not very secure. It's really, really wobbly. It does not hold in place very well. It holds in place pretty well, but it's just sort of wobbly. That's what I'm trying to say. Next up, we've got this top hatch, and you just kind of got to pry at the studs. It's a bit of a pain to open, especially if you have no nails like I do. And see, I knocked this off in the process of trying to open it. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. This is quite embarrassing. Maybe my nails are just not fit for this sort of thing, so I'm just going to come back once I've opened it. So I was in the process of trying to open it, and I was about to rage quit when I suddenly realized that there was a special trick to open it that I literally could have done like 5 minutes ago. I'll get into that in a bit. In there, you can see we got a control panel, as well as a place for a clone trooper to sit. So there is quite a bit of seating. You could fit probably 4-ish clone troopers in this. It's pretty nice. Kind of turns into like a troop transport. And that little trick that I'm going to show is this back part. You sort of pull this down, and you can push it up from the bottom. And unfortunately, you cannot completely close this while there is a figure seated there. It's just not big enough. Moving into the back, you can see, of course, the black sort of tile piece there. That was shown a bit from the front. And then in front of that is the white tile, and then, of course, the seating. So it has a very compact inside. All in all, I'm not really too thrilled about this fighter tank. There's a couple of flaws with it. And honestly, is it worth like $40, $30? And not really. I think most of the reasons that people are going to pick this up are for the Mace Windu and for the 187th Clone Troopers. I mean, it does serve its purpose. It looks like a fighter tank. You know, it's got the minifigure room. It's got the guns. There's just a lot of stuff that they could have done better. And now I'm going to see all the minifigures in, so you guys can see how that looks. And eventually, I was able to get all the figures in. Of course, we got this one guy seated on top of the little gun turret. And one thing that you can just put the front of his legs on the furthermost part of the studs. That way, his hands are not overlapping on top of the control panel, and he fits in much better that way. Of course, in the front, we've got someone in the pilot seat. You kind of got to lean them back to make sure that they fit. And then in the back part, if you lie a minifigure down just straight, you can just kind of stuff them in the back. So it is not exactly 4, it's more like 3. You could probably squish a 4th one in there, but I'm not going to. And that basically wraps it up for the build, and now we're going to get into my final thoughts for the set, even though I already started mentioning those a bit when I was talking about the build. And now we are going to get into my final thoughts for the set. I think when buying this set, there are a couple things you should consider. One, what is your intention? Are you getting it for the minifigures or for the build? If you're getting it for the build, don't get it. get it for the minifigures, please. The minifigures are the saving grace of this set. The build is not really that great, although with alternate builds, if you get at least 2 of the set, you can do some pretty cool things from what I've seen on other channels on YouTube. So if you're going to get this, I would recommend trying to pick up 2 so you can do some of those cool alternate builds. There are a couple that you can do with just 1, but 2 is better. I mean, all in all, it fits the Clone Troopers like it needs to. It has the guns, it's got the antennas, it's got the feel of the Republic fighter tank. It just doesn't match up to the 2 previous models. I think the 2 previous models were better. It's a decent set. It's nothing. The build is nothing to be excited about. You're mainly gonna want to get this for the minifigures, and I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I got it. I didn't get this for the build. I got it for the minifigures because I couldn't afford to. So I just picked up one, knowing full well that I can't really do much alternate builds. So at the end of the day, really, I'm just spending $55 on Mace Windu and his Clone Troopers, which, I mean, isn't too bad when you consider that the commander alone is worth like 20, and each of these guys like 12, Alan Bricklink. And Mace Windu himself is relatively cheap. He's like 5, I think. But I don't know, the values may change as this set retires. So I would recommend picking up the set now, getting the minifigures now, because these guys, especially, these 187th Troopers, their value is going to go up, that they are going to be worth quite a lot. That's just my opinion on the set. I would recommend that you go out and get this mainly for the minifigures, not for the build. And that is going to wrap up the video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.